It's Bunya Nut season. The Bunya Nuts come off the Bunya pine tree. It's a native to southeast Queensland and it grows about 50 metres tall. It takes 2 years to produce their fruit. Check this out. Would you like one of those falling on you from 50 metres? They are a bit prickly, but these are actually the cones. The nuts are inside. Watch this. There you go. One bunya nut. Let's get some more. These nuts have a very mild, nutty flavour, and they'll take on the flavour of anything you want to put with them. Today, I'm going to make bunya nut pesto and bunya nut falafel. And also, I'm going to show you my favourite way of eating bunya nuts. After we've separated these nuts, you have to boil them for about 30 minutes in salty water. That's how many nuts I got off one cone. We've still got one left. Add a bit of salt, water, and we're off to the fire. Any that float, throw them out. They're no good. There'll be nothing inside them. The nuts this year are not all that good. Some years they're really good and other years, well, like this year, not many nuts per cone and quite a few floaters. The next part of this process is to peel the nuts. These have had their 30 minutes of boiling. I've put them in a bit of cool water to cool them down. Now you've got to peel them. If you see there's a little split where the nuts actually opened up. You put your knife in there and push down. There you have one bunya nut. If they haven't got this, if they haven't opened up like that, just throw them away. This will take a while. You're going to be really careful with your fingers. Once you open them up like that, just take them out of the kernel. There's your bunya nut. You can see they're quite large nuts. There we have our bunya nuts, peeled, and the hulls. See that little yellow piece in the middle? Some people say that's where all the goodness is. I always leave it there just in case they're right. Ready for the next part of the process. What I've done here, I've put a few aside for later so I can show you my favourite way of eating bunya nuts. Here's the rest of them, peeled and ready to go. First thing we've got to do is put them in the blender, chop them up small. What would life be without electricity? That's nice and fine. Let's put them out in here. They come up nice and fine and they're really dry. They're not oily like a lot of nuts when you do macadamias or Brazil nuts. They're very oily. These are very dry. Next step, we'll make the pesto. Pesto is not pesto without basil. It can be first. I always put some fresh rocket in mine. I think it just gives it a bit more bulk and fibre. And I like to put chilies in my pesto as well. Should I have green or red? We might have this one, green and red. I just wonder how hot these are. Have a little taste test, cut a bit more of that. Yeah, that's reasonably mild. We'll put the whole lot in. We'll leave the seeds out. I don't like lumpy stuff in my pesto. Give that a bit of a lap. That doesn't look too bad. I'll halve these nuts up. Half of the pesto and half of the falafel. I always put feta in my pesto, and I always use Danish style feta. It's soft and it just combines in with everything and gives it a nice consistency and a much improved flavour. Feta goes in, and the best thing about feta, you can always have a little taste test. One of the most important ingredients in pesto is olive oil. It offsets the dryness of the nut and gives it a little bit of smoothness and a nice light flavour. Don't be shy. Put plenty in. Bunya nut pesto. Just about the right consistency. What do you have with bunya nut pesto? Jats biscuits. I have to say, very nice pesto. Now, we have to make the falafel. Now, for the bunya nut falafel, we've got our bunya nuts, spring onions, coriander, some garlic, cumin, and I decided this time a red chilli. Let's get started. With the cumin, not too much cumin, it's a very strong flavour this stuff. That'll do. Just mix it up. That doesn't look too bad. Ready to make some little falafel fellas. That looks the goods to me. What a nice looking little piece of falafel. Bunya nut falafel, ready to be cooked. Now we're off to the fire. This looks like it's getting hot enough. Maybe a bit too hot. I use peanut oil for the flavour-free cooking. And don't be shy. Put plenty in. Just made it. Look at them bubbling away there. Can't wait to taste them. Bunya nut falafel. And what do you eat with bunya nut falafel? Tahini. A little bit of lemon juice and salt. I'll just put a little on the side here. I'll try one of these. That is very nice. I might try one with pesto. I think the pesto may be a little bit better. I don't mind a bit of chili paste. Give this one a try. Certainly crunchy. Now for my absolute favourite way to eat bunya nuts. Got a little skillet on the fire here warming up. Just add a bit of butter. Don't need too much. And tip the nuts in. All you really want to do is warm them up. Don't need to cook them or anything. Make sure they get coated in a bit of butter. That looks like they're pretty much done. We'll head over to the table. Tip them out on a plate. Just add a bit of salt. And crunch away on them. That's my favourite way to eat bunya nuts. You can also make them in a pesto, which you can freeze by the way, or falafel. What a feast. If you enjoyed this cooking experience, hit the subscribe button. There'll be one coming your way every week.